Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Panthers versus Rabbitohs qualifying final preview for the 2021 NRL Final Series. It's going to be a great game, this one. Panthers, who finished in second position, up against the Rabbitohs, who finished in third position. These two sides met in the preliminary final last year at Stadium Australia, where the Panthers got the win, 20 points to 16 in an absolute cracker. This game is being played up at Queensland Country Bank Stadium up there in Townsville on Saturday night. This game's at 7:50 on Saturday night as well, by the way. Panthers Souths, it's a big game, you know. You look at the Rabbitohs going into the finals. Cody Walker's been on a whole different planet. He's been playing out of his skin, and then Souths were looking good, and then Latrell Mitchell is not going to be here due to being suspended. So I guess, can South Sydney beat Penrith without Latrell Mitchell in the qualifying final? I guess we'll find out. But before I get into the preview of the game, make sure you guys go ahead and like this video. Comment your prediction for the Panthers versus Rabbitohs game in the comment section below. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button and turn notification bells on, because I guarantee you will not be disappointed. But let's get into the Panthers versus Rabbitohs qualifying final preview. So for the game, the Panthers are favourites at $1.30. The Rabbitohs at $3.75. Very nice odds there for the Rabbitohs. They, with the form of Cody Walker at the moment, that's really good odds for the Rabbitohs. Panthers expected favourites, but let's go for the Panthers team. So at fullback, it's been a bit of a late change actually. Dylan Edwards is ruled out due to an injury, so Stephen Crichton's gone to fullback. On the wings, it's Charlie Staines and Brian all in the centres. Paul Momorowski and Matt Burton. In the halves, Jerome Luai and Nathan Cleary. The front row of Moses Leoto and James Fisher-Harris. The hooker is Api Coruscant. The back row is Viliame Kikau and Kurt Capewell. The lock is Isaiah Yeo. The bench for the Panthers, Mitch Kenny, Spencer Leniu, Tavita Pangai Jr. and Liam Martin. The coach is Ivan Cleary. As for the South Sydney Rabbitohs team, fullback is Blake Tafe. On the wings, Alex Johnson and Jackson Paulo. Centres, Dane Gagai and Campbell Graham. Halves are Cody Walker and Adam Reynolds. The front row of Mark Nichols and Tavita Totola. Hooker is Damien Cook. The second row of Keon Kalamatangi and Jaden Sewer. The lock is Cameron Murray. And on the bench, Benji Marshall, Jacob Host, Thomas Burgess and Jai Arrow. The coach is Wayne Bennett. So they are the teams for the Panthers versus Rabbitohs game. And these two sides did not play that long ago. It was back in round 23 when they last met, which was about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. The Panthers did get the result in that game, 25 points to 12 up there at Suncorp Stadium. Now, if you go back and watch that game, the Panthers did have a 11-2 penalty count. Grant Atkins was the referee for that game. This referee is Jared Sutton. So you go from one flop to another. I'm not a fan of Jared Sutton personally. I think he's a bit of a bludger of a referee, but hopefully we don't get another 11-2 penalty count in this game. So we'll see how we go. So look, the Panthers have been going a bit under the radar as of late. Obviously, everyone's been talking about Melbourne and Manly, and everyone's talking about a little bit about Souths. No one seems to be talking about Penrith, which is a bit strange considering they were in the grand final last year. They were unbeatable at the start of the year. They had that winning streak and then they lost it. So the Panthers, obviously they go into this game as favourites, and it's obviously well deserved, but they are going a little bit under the radar of the Panthers. As for the Rabbitohs, everyone was talking about them being the dark horse of the competition, but obviously without Latrell Mitchell, everyone thinks they're gone. But I think Souths can still push for the premiership even without Latrell Mitchell, especially with Cody Walker and Adam Reynolds and the jockey on top, Wayne Bennett, the most experienced coach in the game, and he knows when to get his teams up for the finals. He's just a genius, Wayne Bennett. So we'll see how it goes. But for the Panthers, I think for the Panthers to win this game, I think what the Panthers love doing is that they love sucking the life out of the opposition. Obviously, when they last played, it seemed like when the Panthers had a lot of possession, it just really drained the Rabbitohs. And I think the Panthers have a bit of the Panthers have the wood on the Rabbitohs. The last 4 or 5 times they met, the Panthers have beat them each time. And you go back to Dubbo earlier in the year where the Panthers put 50 on the Bunnies on a day game. And when Souths play dry conditions on a day game, they don't normally lose that. So the Panthers can beat South Sydney whether it's dry conditions, wet conditions, or whatever it may be. The Panthers seem to have the wood on the Rabbitohs. Look, I think the Panthers' forward pack is very, very good. They know how to suck the life out of the opposition. And, the Rabbitohs' forward pack has been good, but you look at the Panthers' pack on paper, I think it's a better forward pack. I think James Fisher-Harris is one of the best front rowers in the game at the moment. He's playing out of his skin. Moses Leota has gotten better as the years gone on. He has become a very, very good player. The back row, Kickow and Capewell. Kickow hasn't been at his, dominant best, but he's still a very, very good player on his day. Capewell, another very experienced player, knows how to do the job. And Isaiah Yeo, probably the best lock in the game at the moment, along with Cameron Murray. So good battle there between those two. But I think Isaiah Yeo goes a bit under the radar. Everyone talks about Bradley, Murray, Jake Trbojevic and all these players. Yeo, I think he's the best lock in the game and he's very underrated. So the Panthers forward pack, I love just when they have possession, Penrith, if they have 4 or 5 sets in a row and Souths are obviously defending and trying to hold them out, the Panthers, what they love to do is they love getting repeat sets. I love building pressure, just wearing you out. The Panthers are a team, they don't care if they don't score. If Panthers are on the attack, 3 or 4 sets in a row, they don't care if they don't score. They love just being calm, being patient. They just build it out here, and eventually they will crack you. Whether it take 5 sets to do it, 2 sets to do it, even 8 sets, it doesn't matter. The Panthers will wear you out. It doesn't matter who you are. Now, the Panthers bench for mine is a very, very important aspect of this game. Spencer Linu's been very good this year. Liam Martin's been good for him this year as well. But ever since they got to Vita Pangai Jr. mid-season, his impact off the bench has been outstanding. Now, they got the combination between him and Nathan Cleary around the middle has gotten a lot better. So, watch the Panthers bench. I think it's going to be a very, very big nightmare for the Rabbitohs. Pangai Jr. and Lena come off the bench now. The Panthers might do a switch. Kickow might go to the bench. Liam Martin might start in the back row. When you're bringing on Kickow and Pangai after 20 minutes into the game and you're taking off the likes of Leota and Fisher-Harris, you're bringing on Pangai and Kickow, the impact is so good and it's just so hard to stop. So the Rabbitohs need to watch out for that. The Panthers will use their bench well. Ivan Cleary's done a great job with the interchange this year for Penrith. So if the Panthers can just be patient, do what they normally do, be calm with the footy, and obviously they will be very, very patient with the ball as well. If they can do all those little things and obviously complete their sets well, and just Nathan Cleary's kicking game, especially those torpedo bombs, outstanding as well. If they do that, then I think the Panthers will be in a good position to win the game. As for the Bunnies, Latrell Mitchell's a big loss. He is a massive loss. There's a lot of pressure on the young fullback, Blake Taaffe. I think for Souths to win, Blake Taaffe is going to have to be in the top 5 players on ground. He's going to have to do a good job. Nathan Cleary's torpedo bombs, Jerome Luai's short side kicks, Api Coruscant's dummy half, grubber kicks here and there he likes to do. They're going to be very, very, very good. Taaffe is going to have a lot of pressure on him. If he can handle it and have a great game, then he can be a very big influence on South Sydney going into this game. Now, South Sydney's backline will hold their own. There's no doubt about that. Johnson, great try scorer. Paulo, I think he'll do a great job on the right side. He's up against Brian Toto as well. So Jackson Paulo, he's going to have his defence. His shoulders going to have to be good because we've all seen this year, Brian Toto is an absolute handful. So Jackson Paulo's got his work cut out for him there. The centres are pretty even. Gagai has experience. Graham's a gun. Up against Burton and Momorowski. South's backline will hold their own. The halves for the South Sydney. Cody Walker, Adam Reynolds. If South Sydney are going to win this game, the Rabbitohs are going to have to give Cody Walker his space. If Cody Walker comes into this game and the Panthers are all in his face, which I think they will be, Cody Walker needs that extra space. He needs to have that extra 5 meter gap so he can do what he does, and that's play eyes up footy. Be on the advantage line. Cody Walker is an absolute freak, and I'm telling you right now, Reynolds is gonna have to allow Walker to get this space, and South Sydney are gonna have to really, really give Cody Walker room. If Cody Walker is not in the top 3 players for the Rabbitohs, South Sydney will get absolutely pumped. Cody Walker needs the space, and it's going to come down to Reynolds and the Bunnies forward pack to give Cody Walker that platform. I'm telling you, Keaon Koloamatangi has an important role to play here. Koloamatangi must give Cody Walker his space. His decoy runs are going to be very, very crucial. So when Keaon Koloamatangi runs that decoy run, you got to make sure that the likes of Nathan Cleary and Liam Martin and Kurt Capel aren't getting up there, and just give Cody Walker his space and let him do what he does best. So Cody Walker has to be very good if Souths are going to win this game. The South Sydney forward pack have held their own this year, I reckon. I think their forward pack is probably the most underrated in the competition, to be honest. I think Mark Nichols has been outstanding. Totola, he's been great. I'm a little bit surprised that Totola's starting over Tom Burgess, but I think Totola will do a good job. He'll be marking Moses Leota, so the impact between those two will be very good. It'll be a good clash between those two there. Now, the main one, the player that needs to step up, Damien Cook. He needs to explode. Damien Cook lately hasn't done anything. He needs to get the ball at dummy half. He needs to run. The Bunnies forward pack will lay a good platform. I have no doubt about that. Their forward pack will do a good job. Damien Cook, if he sees any space, run. Absolutely run. Make sure you have Tafe near you. Make sure you have Cody Walker on the inside as well. Damien Cook must run from dummy half. If he doesn't do that, South will get absolutely flogged. So Damien Cook, he must have an impact. Otherwise, it will get ugly for South Sydney. The Bunnies back row has been good as well. Koloamatangi's been great for him. Sewer needs to do more. So Sewer will be marking kick out. So hopefully Sewer can get involved and have some shots. Cameron Murray's play the balls through the middle, further field will also be a very important part. If Murray can combine with Cook and Walker, then things will go well for the Bunnies. The bench, I think Burgess and Arrow off the bench is very smart. I think Wayne Bennett knows that obviously Pango Jr.'s impact is going to be very good for the Panthers, along with Spencer Linu. Having Burgess on the bench with Arrow, I can understand it. So the impact from both sides there is fairly even. Jacob Host, he might come on and play a bit of back row, I reckon, for Jaden Sewer. Benji Marshall, he is the forgotten man. I don't know where Benji Marshall plays. He probably comes on and plays a little bit in the middle of the field. So I'd be injecting Benji Marshall a little bit early, actually. I'd be bringing Benji Marshall on around the 20th minute mark just to get him in the game and see what he can create. Because if the first 20 minutes goes something like this, Panthers 8-0 or something, and the Rabbitohs fullback's getting a little bit lost with the ball, get Benji on and he'll add that spark. So South Sydney for mine. Get Cody Walker and Damien Cook space. Let them do their thing. If they do that, there'll be a good chance of winning this game. The final verdict, my tip for the game, I think the Panthers have too many weapons for the Rabbitohs. I think the Panthers win this game. I think they win well too. I don't know if South Sydney are going to have the time and space and the gaps and opportunities to beat the Panthers. I think the Panthers forward pack will just suck the life out of him, and I think Nathan Cleary's kicking game is going to be a headache for Blake Tafe, and I think he'll be man of the match. So I'm going to go the Panthers here by 18 points. I'm going to go the Panthers with a scoreline of I'm going to go the Panthers 34 points to 16. Panthers by 18. 34 points to 16. I'm going to go Alex Johnson actually for the first try scorer. I reckon William Kickout can score a try at any stage of the game, and Nathan Cleary for man of the match. Panthers to win 34 points to 16. Panthers by 18. But guys, that's it for my preview on the qualifying final between Penrith and South Sydney. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you later.